told myself when I started doing this whole exercise that I would not do speaker videos, not as some sort of principled rule, but because I didn't think that people would be that interested. But you have shown me that you are interested. So these are my JBL 4410s. They're not speakers, they're studio monitors. These are, when I was in high school, college, these were in the dumpster, along with a few other nice items, which you may have seen in some of my other videos. These were in a dumpster being thrown out by the School of Music. I think they were moving buildings, and they figured, oh, these aren't musical enough, I guess. I don't know. But these are very well regarded. All the JBL monitors, speakers from that era, are pretty well regarded, from the 70s and 80s. And if you want to really hear what they can do and hear a representation of the Southern California sound from back then, get Hotel California by the Eagles, or Asia by Steely Dan, or Fleetwood Mac's Rumours. All of those are great examples of that. You might hear people derisively refer to it as yacht rock. I disagree. It's good stuff. There is yacht rock out there for sure. And these guys, those three albums definitely skirt it, and even have some of the main offenders if you don't like that music. I do, though. So those albums have some of the main offenders, but it's good stuff nonetheless, just because it's got that goofy name. These, I had to get them the foam redone, but that was about it, and it's held up pretty well for almost, I'm not going to say how old I am, several decades. And you've got a way to dial in the high frequency and the mid-range. Online, there's all sorts of schools of thought of how to do this, where to mount them. I mean, as you can see, these are on the floor for me right now. So when I sit, I have to sit on the floor, which is fine. I'm on my laptop. But not 100% ideal, but this is the best I can do. I remember hearing back in the day, you should spend half your budget on your speakers. Then I heard half your budget should go to the turntable. Or really, half the budget should go to the phono cartridge. I don't know, but I've paid most attention to the speakers and my phono cartridge and turntable, and I've done just fine. So these have nice wood veneer, and you're not going to be able to see too well, but that's the back. That's the connectors. Again, not too exciting, so I've never understood why all of you like these speaker videos, but you do. And as I mentioned, these sound quite nice when you've got this dialed in properly. At first, I hadn't done that. I just hooked them up when I first got them. And not only was the foam edges rotten, so it didn't sound great, but these were all screwy. And for all I know, when they got thrown into a dumpster, something happened. Because from just my vantage point, having seen where they were sitting and the way some of the other stuff was sitting, I have to think somebody walked these out to a loading dock and just tossed them several, 3-4 feet in the air, and then they landed. But they're fine. There was no dents or anything. I guess actually there would be dents if they'd tossed them. So they must have carefully placed them in that dumpster. Here's the grill, and it snaps right in. Unfortunately, I had all the snaps and everything. You may have seen some crazy foam grills with inserts and everything from the 70s and 80s JBL speakers. These did not have those. Those are very tough to find. And there's pros and cons to that arrangement according to people. But I don't have to get into that because I've got these. There's the little badge. JBL Studio Monitor 4410, covered in dog hair because I just took it off. But that's those, and I promise you I have a second one of these that it's tough to get to from this vantage point, but these are the speakers, and I'm quite happy with them. There's several other models, even in the 4400 series, and if you go online, pretty much all of them are well regarded, so you can't go wrong with these. If you see a pair, snap them up for a good price.